in every way possible. So no specific names are sent out, but we want to send this out generally for making sure that everybody is going to make sure that we are here in spirit and that we realize those who have gone to glory. We realize we reminisce for every single one of them. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now,
yes.
we have a special guest on, and we're speaking of global radio. This is a global radio network, and we have a special guest. Shagaz, can you hear us? If so, raise your hand or speak into your microphone. Okay. We cannot hear you. What I'm going to do, see if you can fix that. I know we had an issue. Shagaz is in Uganda, and what we want to do, I want to play something for you guys. And let's see, let's do this right now. I'm gonna do a little medley. Shagaz is a music artist. He's also a philanthropist, and the work that he does should not go unnoticed. As a matter of fact, we noticed you here, brother, and I was impressed by your bio. Speak in anytime you can. Right now, if you can hear me, wave your hand so I know that you are there. Okay. And it's 3 a.m. in Uganda, folks. And that tells you this brother's dedication to what he does. Shagaz, unmute your microphone. Your microphone is muted. Okay. Oh, yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. I can. Okay.
All right.
Hello. How are you, brother?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Great, man. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you the other day. And before I get into your bio, I'm going to do something here that we don't do often, but since he is an artist, I'm just going to play you a little medley of some of his music.
Bulimba amoyo kudahewe nkatani manawe sirone silete bulimba amoyo kudahewe ndahumera bosi abandi sibakana telyange byange ebyo fesi siwakana bano ndicha Shugazi bano ndicha bano ndicha a temperature rising down the studio andu baleho twaula sibamanyire ndekatayi kwatula tese nawe ebyefe byawa babolera mabanga kasima mumavulukuti suna chano manganga nindo wasange inasima tengo mama yanyekanga ati hanewo linga ibaloka wasange se wano I say, sugar say, Basira wasaba samia, nimba mulavu, wabusuma sibu ndioyera. Ese nimba mulavu, katenini si ndioyera. Banda kesi njanjalo, enyama over my door. Banda kesi njanjalo, enyama over my door. Omwana wa masala. Utaka humoyo ogumengo musala obulayi bakada nindula bulukendo anjalire sisale we okwine hubako bahube binda esinino luntako embosi nyingi tusabita batababa matwi bahulebisa bamonya sibanda hisa balinengisa ebyesisa Muyere mutamu konera mutamu bola mutabasamya muliye muta we die to ban my kabu realize at this time I'm ready for the happy home nibi wao nibosi beruha abantu befe batyo bamwenya kumukulu nemeyo kefitina bakuta happy home nibi wao nibosi beruha abantu befe batyo bamwenya kumukulu nemeyo kefitina kasino fitina ewula syopuna umala hosiyana abantu mwasobera omugagano mwafu bosi mubawalana nokona baholima nokuna badula nodibya Bana bawala mukukusa bicheyo Emusunda kwe bitwisa mubeno Jano Studios Chukazi muliro teba kuzikiza One by one Mulina stamina I'm ready to win. Genda kupambana, genda kutulina, genda kupambana gwe. Batuita kuwetulangata, kuwaita kutukuta mata. Ezawe na walina soloza, sina yade zikula kamuli karoza. Kukasoma mawulire gawulire, aja kukakuba ku radio gawulire. Aja kukasa ku tubo kakebere, aja kukasa ku tubo kakebere. Are you ready wanna drop this tune? Akube masabula drop this tune. Are you ready wanna drop this tune? Akube masabula. Are you ready wanna drop this tune? Akube masabula drop this tune. Are you ready wanna drop this tune? Akube masabula. Yeah. Na. It's so heavy, Uganda. Brown sugars. It's so hot, Uganda. It's so hot, heavy, so hot. It's so heavy, no. Baby, it's so hot, Uganda. It's so hot, heavy, so hot. It's so heavy, no. Congratulations. Okay, nakala, yole yale. Yatulire, kaibere yale. Omuyaka, no mubasu. Efula, no lufufu. Mwana wa mama watoba wa malaha. Yosi bicha byawa. Awolubyalo lwa mama. Usana kwetala, nokusangala. Webasanga oye baba. Niya musingi, niya sangalo. Mabone luba moka watatu na hisa. Namosi, niya kubomela kumwa. It's so hot, Uganda. It's so hot. You're keeping me waiting. I'm waiting for you, my love. Your love is trouble. Without you, my love's unstable. Take me higher level. Carry on, please make me your angel. Malaika, oni mulunjo kusama. Musawachi mutoba gamba kama. You're so memorable. So sweet, you're so adorable. Headed to the toe. Your love is a flow. You're ready to the toe. Headed to the toe. Your love is a flow. You're ready to the toe. You're keeping me waiting. I'm waiting for you, my love. You're keeping me waiting.
From a young age, at 5, as an orphan, this talented musician was discovered, and since then, he's been tirelessly working on and crafting his musical skills, both in his local language in Uganda and in English. One of the most cherished experiences was when he collaborated with a talented team led by Ivan Lee, forming a group known as Generation. It was during this time that he pitched the idea for this song titled Generation, which became a significant project centered around the theme of parental love. This theme is especially close to his heart, and he was raised by various individuals who selfishly cared for him and have also witnessed the devastating impact of HIV on his family and the community, losing many loved ones to this disease. As he grew older, he made a solemn commitment to dedicate his life to serving the most vulnerable members of his society, of our society, orphans, children living with HIV, and less privileged families. His passion for music became a powerful tool in advocating for the rights of children, using his voice to bring attention to their needs in a world that constantly needs change agents. He himself has become a beacon of hope, striving to be the face of freedom for those who need it most. Through his journey, he released his musical album entitled Original Feelings. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there and let Shagaz, my dear friend. Now, I just met a few years ago from Uganda, and I his story is touching because he dedicates his talent, his resources, okay, and his time to underprivileged children, and he helps them out as far as education is concerned, poverty, and the like. So, Shagaz, hey, welcome, my friend.
Thank you so much, Mr. William. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. And
Thank
before we get into that, we've got my dear sister Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany, welcome back, dear.
Hello, 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 everyone.
Okay.
It's good to be back. I've been sick lately, so if my voice sounds different, that's probably why. Cause I'm not all the way back, but I'm here.
Oh, excellent, 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 excellent. Thank you so much. And Shagaz, Shagaz, rather, a music artist, one of my great friends, and a supporter of this show. She's also an amazing artist by the name of Valua Brand. She said, "This is amazing. I am working on." She's working on a song and would love to collab with you. She's over here in the United States, man. Wow. There, you're gaining attention already, and also I'll put you in my rotation, and we will play your music often. Okay, so I need you to do something for us. Tell of your friends and family and loved ones and acquaintances over in Uganda to tune into this amazing station. All right. And then also, Robert, I wanted you to meet Shagaz. Wow. Shagaz, is that Mugini?
Yeah, Mugeni is my surname.
Oh,
Mugeni,
okay.
Mugeni means a visitor.
Okay. Yeah, a gentleman by the name of Michael Sledge is on here with us as well. Uh, and our dear sister Rock, and I want to thank you, Rock, throughout 2024. Rock has done, and Tiffany, you and Robert both know, an amazing, amazing job booking guests. As a matter of fact, she connected us with Shagaz. So, Shagaz, I'm going to start off the question, then we're going around the panel, and I'm sure that my co-hosts would love to ask you some questions. Uh, we earlier, I talked about you being an orphan and you are going from family to family, and the various people, like you say, selflessly took care of you. But what inspired you to look out for others, the children that grew up maybe in the same situation that you did? And so, what motivates you and inspires you? And speaking of selfishly, you provide resources as much as you can for those dear souls.
Yeah, thank you, Sir William, for the opportunity. I know so many people are tuned in wherever you are. Yeah, Coach Ledge, I see you. I know you're right here tuned in. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Straight from Uganda, Africa, representing. Yeah, Latifan, I see you. Salutation. Yeah, I got a very deep story to share with you guys as the reason why I started the organization. SHOMVAC. SHOMVAC stands for Sharing Hand on the Most Vulnerable African Child. And now I have a very, very miserable story to share with you tonight. Back then, before I was born. Um, we born three, and I'm the firstborn. I'm the only one living, still living. I lost the two, and I also lost my mom. This little story about my mom, my family. My mom did not get married to my dad. So she got pregnant when she was still 16, 17, or she's very young. And when you get pregnant when in Africa, early age, yeah, that's a terrible, that's another page, that's another page of life. So what happened is my mom or my dad did not get married. So I am a product of early marriage, my mom and my dad. So I'm a product of early marriage. And you understand the life that your parents don't live together, they're still young, they're parents and they're still young, you understand? And they're not living together. So it's hard, it's very hard to raise a child in Africa in that way. It was very hard for me. It was very hard for two of us or three of us, the mom and the dad. And eventually, I lost my mom when I'm very young. I lost my mom. I remember my mom is not married to my dad, so my dad's living his life. My mom is away, so I go back to my grandparents. My grandmom, she's still living.
Wow.
Salutation to her. So I just noticed that my mom lost her life to HIV, and even the siblings, my siblings, that I lost, uh, uh, their deaths were attributed to that. So actually, I'm the only surviving person. You understand? I'm the survivor to that. So I'm very grateful that I'm still living. So when life continued, because my mom was already nowhere to be seen, my dad also got his way to life to find life away. I was there with the grandmom, up to the age of 13, with my grandmom. But then at the very early age of 5, my musical talent was discovered. So, of course, I started um, practicing how to perfect my craft in my language and, of course, in English. And then just how we teamed up to start the other song of generation that has become a significant song. And, just like you've been reading my bio, that is it. How is it? So reflecting on the life, how we grew up, we grew up like there is no shoe,
Mm.
you walk to school in a shoe, no food at school, very young, struggling, starving. Life is very hard. Like, how can I explain? Like, I feel the tears coming out of my heart. Like, I don't want to take you back there. So I grew up as a kid and I saw so many people taking care of me. Like, I have no mom. Like, my dad is still young and he cannot support himself and the family. So that's so very hard. So I was staying with different people, my aunties, my granny, and eventually my stepmom. And I just got a chance to go to school. So as I grew up, I made a solemn commitment because I saw the life without a parent. I saw the life, without the parental love. I lived the life without a person to call mom.
Mm.
So when I grew up, I just, made a solemn commitment that when I grow up, when I have a chance, when I have a platform, I'll speak out for the vulnerable. When I have a chance, I'll support the vulnerable. I'll help them with the best needs, with education, and with opportunities. And when I started doing my music, I sacrificed myself. I pledged myself to serve the most vulnerable. That's why every proceed I did, every support I get, every resources I raised, eventually share with them.
I think I can hear the passion in your voice. I can hear that. And I saw one of your videos, and it was a huge crowd of people just following you. And I've never heard any artist before from Uganda. It sounds a lot about like reggae to me. I mean, it has the same type of vibe to it.
Dancer, Afro dancer, yeah, and some reggae and some, you understand?
Oh, yeah, I loved it,
Some so,
man. It's
hmm.
that music to make you want to move. You know what I mean? It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Tiffany, what questions do you have for you guys?
So I know you was talking about your childhood and how you grew up without your mother and how you had to kind of like move around. Um and I can understand to a degree how difficult that may have been. But did you have like other cousins that you could, that you live with and you can kind of lean on and stuff? How was the fun times for you? What did you guys do for fun?
Yeah, I got my cousin, now my mother, where my mother, okay, where my dad has, uh, of course, a family, and I have my cousin. I shared a video of one of my cousin on YouTube on the page. I don't know if you happen to watch the video. I have a cousin that has been bedridden for over 15 years. And these are some of the things why I've started this organization. You know, he cannot, his entire body was paralyzed. Like he can't support himself. He can't sit. He can't feed. He can't walk. He can't stand. He's been on the bed for 15 years. My cousin, like, we shared dad for real. So these are the thing that pushes me to, advocate for these vulnerable, to see how they can get supported, how they can get medical attention, because everything here is a mess like this. Education is a mess, and you know, health, is a mess. The country is a mess itself. Understand? So I got a chance to talk my cousins. I got a chance to share. We share a lot. Like uh, eventually, of course, I'm the elder, and they all have to look up to me. Understand? So I still keep myself in the lane that I want to inspire the young one. So I still do things that I want my cousin to see and look up to. Like yeah, he inspires us. We want to be like him. We learn from him. Understand? So we have a strong bond with my cousin, strong relationship, and the brotherhood and the sisterhood, regardless of the life, how life has been. Like they've had their mom. I didn't have my mom. you know. So just like I'm the lone person living among my, lineage of my siblings. Like I lost two, my young ones.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. But the other cousin, we strongly connected. We love each other, support each other, and they're my biggest fans. Like yeah, and one of them is my dancer. Like anytime I show up on stage, he's there dancing for me. That's my cousin.
Well, I tell you, I do a lot of shows, and what I tell my audience, no matter what you're going through, just kick back, grab a glass, and just enjoy the next hour or two of just great music. Give your mind a chance to rest, give your mind a chance to heal. Because we need a distraction, and music is a great distraction, a good one, and also laughter. And if we can bring laughter and joy to someone's life, I think that is very, very, very helpful. Hey, Robert, what do you have for Shagaz?
I just want to say thank you very much for being on the call, Sagans, tonight. And we appreciate all of your work and definitely listening to some of your music. And it's definitely powerful. Um, you did mention a point that you wanted to say that your music was able to help you to be able to speak to the vulnerable. Can you expand a little bit more about the expansion to the vulnerable people in your area of Uganda? Because we do have an audience that reaches out around the world, especially to the motherland, and a couple of countries that are close by, especially within the countries of Ghana and Nigeria.
Oh
So
yeah,
thank
oh yeah, I got you. So when I say I use music as a tool, to advocate for vulnerable, one is at the message. Two is that I use the music to stage shows so that I can, fundraise. So the money I get, the proceeds I get out of the show is the money I use to buy food, basically, you understand, pay a little of school fees, and no medication for the kid. So I just had a concluded a show concert on 14th September, and I didn't just hit my target, but then my target was to raise money so I can start the sustainable projects. Like we have no reliable donors, we have no reliable partners, like sponsors and yeah, funders to support the organization. So we support also. I mean, through the music, like we have a show. We ask for people to buy tickets, wherever we collect the money, and that's the money that can help us. That's why I'm seeking support out there, the global support for my music, so that not just for my personal pursuit, but of course also as a way to generate funds to support the organization that I'm so deeply passionate about. So I'm still seeking shows outside the country, outside the America, globally, so that I can be able, and something I never told you about is about the copyright law in music in Uganda. In Uganda, we don't have the copyright. Like anybody has access to your content at no cost. So you can only get paid when you hit the stage. There is no way to generate money out of music in Uganda. Understand? So, and that's politics. So that's politics.
Mm.
So I don't want to go so deep in politics, but there's no policy, there's no corporate law, as forever to that protects our content. So we're not paid. We're not paid. We only have to state the shows. Like, at the concert, came support me. I collect money on the gate. That's the man I gate. So hard here.
Mm,
You understand? So that's through music the only way, or through our member boards, it's the only way we mobilize or fundraise money to support the organization. That's why I always talk to a coach, Slade Michael, and ask him if there's an opportunity out there so I can come and fundraise, come and mobilize resources, come and seek support and hope so that I can come back here and support these kids. Because it's so hard here, man.
mm,
Yeah. And I got a friend called Crystal from Kenya. Like she invited me to perform in her party. And she got me paid. She said, I'm inviting you to perform because I know you have a role to play. You have responsibilities to take. You have the kids to take care of. So come here, perform, and get you paid. And she also came and supported our show. So she came as a sponsor. We have such people, understand, that are so also passionate about what we're doing, what I'm doing here. Understand?
mm.
So the hard part of the story is that we have no donors, like reliable donors, people that donate every day, and we want these kids to be adapted. We want these kids to have education. You know, they say education is the key to success, but education is very expensive to get here in Uganda because the
Mm.
system is messed up. I told you Sir William, right?
Yes.
Like the system is broken. Like, and you guys are forgetting, like Uganda has been in power with one president for since 1986, so roughly 40 years. One party government. That's a dictatorship government, a military government. So you know how things can be messed up. You understand?
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. A lot of countries, especially in Africa, they do export a lot of goods. What is Uganda's main resource, or is it gold? Is it crops? Is it? What does Uganda export in order to bring money
Uganda.
back to the country?
Yeah, Uganda is the most fertile land in Africa. Uganda is the most fertile land in the whole world. It's so fertile. So there's a lot of agriculture. They export a lot of crops. And remember, Uganda is the richest country in the East Africa. East Africa, like with a variety of resources, the gold, the minerals. Like talk about all the minerals. Talk about the fertile soil. Talk about the climate. Like Uganda is so blessed. Like Uganda is rich, but we are living in efficiency because of the poor system they put in place. You understand? But
Mhm. So
it's the
what I'm hearing
most
from you,
richest.
okay, what I hear
Can
from
you hear
you,
me?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I have a question. So you telling me
Yeah.
that Uganda is the richest country in Africa? Is that what you're saying?
There would, in resources, what I'm talking about? In resources is the most richest in the resources. But all Ugandans are poor. Why? Because of the system they
Mm,
put in place. You
mm.
understand? I
Yeah,
told you
I
the
hear.
government has been here since 1986. One military government, one party.
Wow.
So you know what
Wow.
I'm talking about? The system is corrupt. The
Yes, I'm
entire
hearing you
system is
loud and
corrupt.
clear. So
Yeah.
the the
Education.
the the upper 1 or 2% of Ugandans, they get all the money, and the rest, they suffer. In other words, they do not pass the wealth down to the population. They do not
That's what I'm talking
pass that
about.
the wealth down to the citizens. Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Exactly.
It's
The
amazing.
jobs are not created. The youth are unemployed, and there are so many children, so many people have tried to go to school. They try to get education that's very expensive, but
Mm,
still there are no jobs creation. So there are no jobs. The poverty level. Listen.
mm.
60% of the people in Uganda, 60% of the people in Uganda, they live below the poverty level. 60% below. 30% of these people cannot afford 2 meals a day. You
Wow.
understand? They cannot
Yeah.
afford 2 meals a day. 2 meals a day. Now the other 10%, the rich ones, is that those are the people that live within their circle, like money, their wealth, it all rotates around them, and they've been in power for almost 40 years. You know what I'm talking about? You know, so
Mhm.
as a result, a lot of nepotism, tribalism, the corruption, and all that, and so many people have been killed with this government, like the activists, human rights activists, and all that and all that. Uganda is the most beautiful country, but Uganda is the best, the worst government.
That's
And that's why
amazing.
people are poor. We not be poor. We not be poor. The most richest resources around, but everybody's poor. Why? Know the cause. The African president, they don't leave power. They don't just leave power.
Amazing. Amazing.
So
So,
so they mess up everything. you
so the
know,
rich and the powerful, they control all of the resources, all of the money coming in,
exactly,
but they do not
exactly.
pass it down to the citizens of the country. I understand
Yeah,
that you donate all the money you make to the kids in the orphanage that you came out of. So,
definitely.
so it's people like you who take that talent, and you're left to take care of the masses or provide for the children. I understand that you need clothes and books and paper and pens for the kids in the orphanage. And so the government does not, it seemed like to me that there are enough resources there that there shouldn't be anyone starving. Well, we could say the same thing about the United States. Okay, but at least there are more options or opportunities here. So, what opportunities are there for Ugandans?
The opportunities here for Uganda, how it's funny. Let me say it this way. Ugandans are like animals. They wake up to look for food and sleep.
Mm.
The hope is dead. I mean, even the president that is in power is also preparing his son to take over the power. You understand? So the situation will still stay the same. You understand? So the
Mhm.
hope here, the opportunities for Ugandans here is farming if you have on land, because most people have land, like have the family land, the ancestral land. So it's only farming, agriculture. If you can have the use of your land, that's all. The other opportunity is to join the forces. And this also comes with a lot of questions. Like it's only most regions or other regions that consider to, enter the forces, the police, the army, and all that. That's how corruption works here.
Mhm.
So there are no opportunities at all. There are few opportunities. You create your own opportunity, you create your own job. The taxes are high. It's very hard to run a business. You understand? The cost of living is high, my brother. I don't wish to be here, but because I'm supposed to be here, that's where I am. You know,
Yes,
I'm talking about.
absolutely. This is your
Yeah,
outlet to be able to reach out to the masses. And one of the questions that was asked is where can people send support for your project and as well as your cause? Is there a
yeah. Oh,
website?
yeah.
Is there a contact information that people can
Yeah,
be able to make sure that they can provide funds or support for your cause?
yeah. We have an organization, a website called schomburg.org. I don't know if I type here in the private chat to show out there because I have a broken screen. I just got that lately this evening. I can't see other information. But then I
Yes.
just sent
Uh,
schomburg.org. That's a website. I also still
um,
type in the contact information, the contact number. Um, I'll also still leave the other information with Sir William. And I think, let me leave the website here. Kindly check out our website. Check out on our YouTube channel. Check out on our social media handles. So we have the information there. You can help us, donate to us. You can adopt a child and you be a father or a mother to girl child, a boy child. So you can provide for them. Let me leave here the contact. Yeah.
yes. We did happen to have our wonderful and amazing sister Rock, who just posted that information in in our chat, as well as and can be seen on social media right now. It is Showmac Shomvac, Shomvac. That's Sierra Hotel Oscar, Maryland, Virginia, Alpha Charlie.org, so that people can be able to donate to your organization. And I have it up on my computer right now. So everybody who listens to this broadcast, make sure you donate to this organization because it is definitely worthwhile. And I know that I'll be able to share this as well with some of the fellow that I know as well.
Wow, amazing, amazing stuff. I tell you, Shagaz, tell us, can you tell us any success stories of maybe some child that you've inspired and they've gone on to do bigger and better things, maybe even left Uganda, or they're doing things, or you inspired them to do things to help others in your homeland?
Yeah, so many young people have learned from me. Like I started doing this when I'm still down there in high school. I worked with Uganda Red Cross Society. I was volunteering with Red Cross Society. I also worked with Child Initiative Awake as a volunteer, So while I was still in school, like I was a leader. Yeah, listen, I was a leader in high school. And so many people looked up to me like, hey, this is a boss, a president, like you understand? So all these young children blow me like I just want to be boss like sugar. Like I just want to have an office at school, as a leader, doing counseling, entertainment, as a leader, you stand in front of so many people and talk to them, you know, tell them, ask them what they want to be, you know, share with them the conversation. Understand? So I started this when I'm still in high school, and there's so many people that are doing what I'm doing for real, for real. So many young people that are doing what I'm doing. The other fellows that I was studying with, like, because I started this when I was still at school, doing voluntary work, community work. So the people I was working with, the people that were looking up to me, they're still doing these things and doing it, uh, generously and doing it over time to time. And except the young ones that under my organization, the young kids that are still in, down here, that were, and by the way, listen, so William, hey, so many young kids at the organization want to do the music, like they want to sing. That's why I'm also advocating for a studio. Like if I get a studio, music studio, live band, I can put up the studio for commercial use, like, people call for money and still also skill these kids how to play the music instrument, to sing and to perfect their, talent as well.
I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. I love that because like I said earlier, music, I think music is healing for the soul, music and laughter. And if you can get people inspired, I think that's doing a great service there. Now you were able to get, obviously I can tell by the way you speak that you were able to get a decent education. Did that come through your adoptive parents? Were they able to provide the education that you needed?
Yeah, I got a chance. I got a chance. My dad was so hardworking, man. He tried put me at school. But then I also got an opportunity because I reached a certain level that my dad can not in position to pay for my school fee. So I got half bursary, a bursary at Kampala International University, and I did media. I actually did mass communication. William, I can do what you're doing.
Yeah. I tell you,
Just
I was talking about you last night on one of my other shows, and I was telling the audience, uh, okay, yeah, Robert, let's see, okay, doesn't allow for, oh, wow, okay. So anyway, um, I was talking about you last night on one of my shows, and I was telling about how proud I was of you, even after I only meeting you for a short time, and how you are a philanthropist that donates most of his proceeds, to people, to the young people that's in the orphanage, orphanages. And so it is kind of hard to understand how any country or any government, and we should know this well by now, even be in the United States, but it is hard to fathom that people with so much wealth, they can ignore the masses and allow the masses to go hungry or homeless or uneducated. And um, and so uh, have you had anyone that, say, left Uganda and just moved over to the United States or into another country, and they've written you back and says, well, thank you? And now I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Sugars or Sugars?
Sugars. Yeah,
Sugars. Okay, interesting,
yeah.
interesting. So anyway, I'm gonna pass it over to Robert and Tiffany. I'm sure you have something else that you want to ask him.
Hi,
Robert.
Tiffany.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. And I wanted to be able to be sure that people, I'll say, how did you get involved with music? What made music your basically your gift or your talent or your skill? Or basically where, say, for instance, um, I'm not sure if you believe in religion, but the Most High, that God above, led you to that path to what you're doing right now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, self-discovery is I don't know, self-discovery is so powerful. Like most people don't know what they are. Discovering yourself takes a long time. Maybe sometime it can take you a long time to understand who you are and what you are. But then when I started, the first song I recorded was a message to the community, like, education. It was a very educative message. Humbly, for hero said, humbly. So I just gained the trust and credibility from the people. Like these people told me what to do. They show me a sense of direction. They gave me a sense of direction. Like what you're doing is what you've been waiting for. Like we didn't have a voice. You understand? So I noticed that's when I came to understand that's what I'm supposed to do. And I just needed to perfect it, and open my mind to learning, know how I can convey this message to reach the people.
Hmm.
Understand? So it's the people that showed me what I am, like told me this is who you are, this is what you are. Please carry on, carry on, carry on. So I focused on that. I just focused on that. Yeah, and this is how far we are. We now here, addressing the world, the nation.
Yes, definitely, because I understand that there is a word that says sometimes you have to believe in somebody else's belief in you.
Mm.
Your belief kicks in, and then the people saw your gifts and your talents, Sugar. And basically, the idea is they saw something in you. This was the path, and then eventually you fed into that because you believed it, and then it just took off. So that was the amazing
Listen,
thing. Keep
but
going
listen.
with that.
Yeah, and now listen. Can you imagine? I have a slogan that's called Esidabo Siaba Samia, meaning the gift of the Samia. Where I come from, I'm a gift. That's what people know me for. Like they know me Sugars Esidabo Siaba Samia. Sugars the gift of the Samia. Like for real, for real. I don't know how that came, but eventually it's a dominant slogan to me. Like people say Esidabo Siaba Samia. Ani Bamulabu. Understand? So just like you say, that's how it is. Man, I'm a very big voice to so many people. Like for real, I just knew myself. I'm just coming to know myself this time. Like I'm on the international panel, The Voice. I'm now heard and I'm now seen. And Marco Sledge is tuned in, and Nads Free is tuned in. That the world is watching me. Hey, for real, man. Salutation to myself.
Wow, wow, wow. Tiffany.
Salute. Salute.
All right. Tiff?
Besides music, do you have any other joys or passions that you gravitate to? Like I don't know. I know most artists they do either poetry or they do art. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I'm a good break dancer. Like sometimes I do it like Mike Jackson. Like for real.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. You said breakdancing?
I'm a break dancer, man. Can't you see that? Can't you see that? What? I can do it like Mike Jackson, man. Can't you see that? Can't you see that?
Wait. When people when you say breakdancing, can you break out the cardboard box and put it on the floor?
Yeah, man. I can break all the parts of the body, man.
Okay.
Because I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, and I
Oh yeah.
realized that hip hop music and basically breakdancing came originally from the New York City area. If you can do that, and actually, if you can send a photo of you doing that, I'll follow you anyway. But I definitely know that you're really true. Definitely.
Oh, that's too good. That is too good. I could see. Like I said, I was watching one of his videos too, and it seemed like he was having fun on stage. Shagaz was having fun. The audience was having fun. You know, and this is a time where people can just get away and forget about the troubles and things of that nature. So I can see you being an inspiration to your country. Hey, are there any other artists like you that are philanthropists that take a lot of their resources and provide to orphanages or to the uh, 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 underprivileged or yeah, underprivileged people, poor
Yeah,
people?
yeah. Have you had somebody called Bobby Wine?
You say WN?
Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine is an
No,
activist.
no, I haven't. I haven't.
You haven't had anybody called Bobby Wine?
No.
Is the biggest opposition to the President Museveni in Uganda. He's been to America several times. He has won a lot of accolades, and he's a very successful artist in Uganda. He's called Bobby Wine. He has
Wow.
collaborated with Jamaicans, Americans. He's one of the person that we look up to, like we young people, like people advocating for change, people
Hmm.
advocating for the better life, and people advocating for a safe space. He's the
Okay.
person we look up to. He's a very successful man in music and politics, and he's one of the philanthropists I first saw and met and saw what he was doing. Like, man, I can be like Bobby Wine. I can sing, get paid, and support the vulnerable. I can get all these kids out of the street. I can get all these orphans in one room, one house, and get great shelter for them. You know, and
Uh,
man,
yeah.
Bobby Wine is one of the great, good people in the world. Like, we look up to him.
Okay.
Yes. I did do a little bit of quick research about Bobby Wine, um, popularly known as his stage name. He's a Ugandan activist, politician, singer, lawyer, and actor. Former member of parliament, and basically also leads the National Unity Platform political party. And he announced his candidacy for 2021 Ugandan presidential election. So, but yes, definitely that he definitely is a political figure. I can provide information on him on the side as well. But yes, um, and probably say maybe a little bit more. But he has a music career as well. He also has Bobby Wine Edutainment, not entertainment, but edutainment, EDU
Mm.
tainment. And basically, the idea that he focuses on his music is basically based upon humanitarian and a political focused genre as well. So that's who his topics include hygiene, maternal health, um, domestic violence, and HIV as
Wow.
well.
Wow.
And he's also believe it or not, he is an actor as well. he has a couple of movies as well under his belt. But I
Mm.
want to be able to get his um, connection in regards to his website, and I can once I get information about him specifically about a real website that he's on, I can post it. And you know what? I've got an Instagram page, so I can uh, focus that on that as well.
Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. And what we like to do, I can't believe we have 4 minutes left to go in the program, but what we'd like to do, I will invite you back, Shagaz, on some of my other platforms because we want the people over here in this country and in other parts of the world to know who you are, and perhaps they can help with your cause. So if you be so kind, and I was saying, I was talking about you last night, and I was telling someone, I said he is going to come on tomorrow, you, Shagaz, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning there. Okay, now it's 4 o'clock now, and I don't know too many people that will get up at 3 o'clock or get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do a radio program. I don't know too many people that would do that. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I have another message here. Oh, this is Robert Hicks. He's putting that up there. Interest on is that Bobby Wine on IG at Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine.
Yeah, it's
BOBIWI.
Bob Wine over here. Check it out on YouTube. He's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to million youth in Uganda. He's only the hope of change, and he's only the opposition to the president, to the dictatorship president, to the
Mm,
dictator, to the dictatorship government for over now 40 years. Bobby Wine is the hope of change, you know.
okay. Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Well, we
And
wish.
yes, and you can find out information about Bobby Wine on BBC News.
Hmm,
Um, Actually, let me just I'll put up his information. Um, well, actually, this was interesting. Is it regarding maybe it depends WB because the report I saw from the BBC stated Uganda's Bobby Wine recovering from police assault. Do
hmm.
you want me to? I can post this if you want to.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
That'll be fine. I have no issues with that. For police assault, and that's probably his resistance to government, isn't that, Shagaz? His resistance, uh, revolting, because no dictator in the world wants anyone talking bad about their government, even though they know, that what they're doing, but they are threatening, the population or the citizens. You don't say anything. You do not say anything against the government. So we've got a couple of minutes left. Uh,
William, listen, just a little second. Do you know that even the information I'm sharing about the government can lead me to jail?
yeah, you mighty brave here. Yeah,
Yeah, just a little information I've shared with you can let me dead, like can leave me dead. For real,
and
for real. Yeah,
wow.
so I'm not safe talking about that. I'm not safe talking about the government and what it has messed up with and the dictatorship and the corruption and assassinations and killings and all that and all that. I have to seek the refuge out of the country. Just I'm standing for that, saying that on air. You understand?
That is a mighty brave thing that you're doing, and my hat's off to you, my brother. My hat's off to you. You're fighting for the people, the underprivileged. Tiffany, we've got 1 minute left.
I just want to say, it was very nice and coming up here and meeting you and hearing your story. And I look forward to hearing more about your music and the progress that you're gonna make within the future to come. So thank you again for coming out. Thank you.
And like I said, we would definitely have you on some of my. We have other platforms. We have some that may be more a little earlier in the day for you. So because we're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we have to pick another show for you. And I have some other platforms I want to bring you on. So we really appreciate that. And all the way from Uganda, that is absolutely amazing. Robert, you have the last word.
Yes, thank you very much, Sugars, for being on the line today and being able to share your stories. And if anything, I just realized something that you are basically fighting for your people in Uganda, and that's very powerful. One thing I probably would end up with is just listen to the late great Bob Marley and the Wailers. Get up,
Yes.
stand up for your rights.
Hmm. That's exactly right. That's
That's
exactly
it.
right.
And there's no right to freedom here. There's no right to expression. There's no right to speak. There's no right to expression, right? No, I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
So, yeah, whoever stands out alone,
Right.
alone. Like whatever happens to you, nobody cares. Like you're standing alone. That's why most people they seek refuge out of the country and they speak out outside from outside. It's
Well, you're
only
right.
about the wine that's it's only about wine that has managed to do that because it's now backed up with no foreign for no foreign government like America will say stand out and speak out because it's your right.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
yeah. But in Uganda, I have no right to speak out. I have to hide, run to America to speak out on behalf.
Mm. Well,
that's it.
I tell you what, blessings and peace to you, brother. And it's a very nice, a very good thing that you're doing, and very, very powerful. So you keep up with your music, and you and I will stay in touch. And I'll contact you about coming on some other platforms, and we'll invite you back on this Groove Swing Speaks platform sometime in the near future. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, and you also, if you want to hear this program again, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to studiow.buzz, studiow.buzz. It will be on the website in about 24 hours, but you can check it out right after this broadcast on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Studio W, The Buzz, Studio W, The Buzz, Apple CarPlay, Apple. Let's say we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Alexa, all basically all platforms. You can find us here. Okay. So guys, I want to thank you again, my friend, and thank you for being up so early in the morning there, at 3 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning. I mean, like,
I'm fresh and clean because now I'm getting used to the American time difference, and because now my biggest network is America. Now I talk to Sir William, I talk to Robert, I talk to Tiffany, I talk to Coach my Cosley, to Niles Free. So I got to know the time I need to. I have to talk to Tiffany. You understand? So this is
right.
my time now. I'm almost Americanized, the settings and everything.
Oh, one last thing. Have you been to America before?
Not in America before, but
Okay.
I'm just Americanized the way of life and the way I do my things and the people I talk to. You know, I also attend a mentorship group from the Sledge Group, and it's always this time. So I'm just becoming an Americanized in the mindset. Like I got to be
Well, thank you so much. Tiffany, Robert, as usual, thank you. And we appreciate it. And that's the end of our program, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening to Groove Swing Speaks with our special guest, Shagaz. And check out his music. As a matter of fact, we're going to be playing it on our network here. So tune into the Buzz 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can check out this young man's music. So again, my friend, thank you so much. Thank you. And we're going to go out with this one. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. So let's do this. Let's go to the top and we can do it. All right.
Yeah, Bob Marley in there.
All right.
Shugazi, sireba sireba sam. Nadia sina, omwichanda mwasina.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Have yourself a great night. Thank you again, Strigas, for being on the show today. Sister Tiffany, thank you for being here as well. All right. Have yourself a blessed week. Be safe.
kataba monye iwe wasange kataba bole iwe wasange